Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says something profound in the Quran. He says, verily, verily in the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alternation of the night and day, in it are signs for those of understanding, for those of sound intellects, for those who reason. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us something here. He's telling us something. All we need to do is look. We need to look into His creation and we will see His signs. Let's take the bird for example now. Birds are a beautiful creature. I mean, whenever we see a bird fly through the sky, we can't help but appreciate its beauty, appreciate its motion through the air. But what's more amazing is when we study the mechanics of this creature. When we look into that, it truly blows our mind. I studied engineering at university, and I can tell you that flight is something that's very technical. A lot of planning, a lot of calculations go into taking a body and putting it into motion in thin air. But when you study the mechanics of a bird and the way it flies, it truly leaves you stunned. It leaves you stunned. You don't know what to make of it. I mean, take just this small example of the motion of the bird's wings. See, on the downward thrust of the bird's wings, when the wings come down, the feathers are so precisely aligned on the wings of the bird that they overlap each other on the downward stroke, creating the surface which pushes against the wind, creating uplift. But what's amazing is on the backstroke, when the bird pulls his feathers or his wings back, the feathers open up, allowing for air to pass through, decreasing the resistance, making the bird's job easier. But what's even more amazing is that this motion of the wings flapping isn't just an up and down motion, it's an elliptical sweep. It's an elliptical sweep, brothers and sisters. So what happens is the wings comes down and they're open and they're stretched out and the feathers are aligned on top of each other, pushing against the air. But on the way back, the bird retracts its wings, decreasing the length of the wing, hence the surface area, decreasing further the resistance that the bird feels. SubhanAllah, this is so precise. This is so precise, brothers and sisters. This is what you call precision engineering. To claim that this came about by chance through some blind, random, unconscious processes is to claim a conspiracy almost, brothers and sisters. It's the most nonsensical claim that we can make. All we need to do is just look into this. Take the bar-tailed godwit, for example. This bird, brothers and sisters, think about this. This is a small bird. It flies for 9 days and 9 nights consistently without eating, without sleeping, without drinking a drop of water. It flies consistently day and night. From Alaska to New Zealand, 11,500 kilometers. This is amazing. Who is keeping this bird in motion? Who has given this bird this ability? Brothers and sisters, when we reflect, it just truly opens our eyes to the creative power of Allah. And you know, there's this notion out there that we shouldn't do science. Science leads to atheism. This is nonsense. We need to do science, brothers and sisters, because what does science do? Science is a method which tells us the how. It tells us how things work, how the physical things around us work, or it tries to at least. And when we study these things, they lead us to the appreciation of the creative power of Allah. When we can see how the bird flies and the mechanics of his flight, we can truly appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His creative power. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to leave you with a profound verse from the Quran. This verse was the reason I actually looked into this and I discovered these amazing things. And we need to look into the Quran and into such verses. The verse is found in Surah An-Nahl, verse 79. And listen to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. This is beautiful. This is profound. He says, "Do they not see the birds suspended in midair, up in the sky? Nothing holds them there except Allah. There are certainly signs in that." Allah is saying there are certainly signs in that for people who believe.